What up, everyone? It's Friday. It's time for another video. Maybe you're feeling a little shit mentally, and that's totally fine. I've got 5 things here that you can do to improve your mental health and feel better. You don't have to do all these 5 things, by the way. It is a pretty big effort if you do all 5. I don't even think I get all 5 done in a week. But if you pick one of these and you make it a habit, you'll definitely improve your mental health. So let's take a look at our list. What have we got here? Number 1, sunlight exposure, then sleep, exercise, social interaction, and meditation. So maybe a pretty obvious list, but I'm going to explain a little bit about each one, how it actually helps. So let's take a look at sunlight exposure first. So what you want to do with sunlight exposure, try to get bright light in your eyes immediately after waking up. Now, if that means going outside, getting your eyes under the sun, even if it's a cloudy day, it's still going to work. Now, what this really does is it regulates your sleep and wake cycle. So when you wake up, it tells you that it's daytime, and 12 hours from now, I'm going to start feeling sleepy. And if you're outside throughout the day, not just after waking up, but if you spend a lot of time outdoors, it prevents the conversion of serotonin into melatonin. So you may know serotonin is a relaxed, feel-good chemical. Obviously, that's good if you have anxiety. You want more of that. You want to relax and feel good. But also, it stops you from feeling sleepy. Okay, melatonin is the sort of go-to-bed hormone. Okay, so if you're indoors all day, you're converting that serotonin into melatonin so you feel sleepy. If you don't want to feel sleepy during the day, then get outside. All right, next one, sleep. Now, this kind of works with the daylight exposure. If you wake up and get some bright light in your eyes, that's going to help set a rhythm. Now with sleep, it's the same thing. We need that rhythm. Okay, so a regular sleep and wake time is one of the highest priorities. Okay, if you sleep poorly, that's going to lead to negative mental health. Doesn't matter if you don't have problems with your mental health, it will eventually lead to some issues. A lack of sleep increases reactivity in the amygdala, which is the area of the brain that basically responds to fear. It's like your stress response area. And also sympathetic nervous system activation. So that's the nervous system that fight or flight, basically. So if you're prone to stress or depression, poor sleep is really going to exacerbate that or make it worse. And if you sleep well, you basically just get less reactive. You get less cravings as well. Alrighty, exercise. So one of the key factors that exercise improves mood is through BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And that's really important for creating neuroplasticity or like new thought patterns. Okay, so when you exercise, it basically builds new connections between your nerves and allows you to break out of old thought patterns. Not only that, but you get a cocktail of mood boosting hormones as well. You get all sorts of endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, all this stuff that makes you feel good as well. And then of course, reduce inflammation and fatigue. Okay, inflammation is really linked to negative moods. So if you can reduce that, that's obviously a good thing. Then, social interaction, hanging out with friends. Loneliness is stress. If you find people who experience a lot of loneliness or even think they are lonely, they have increased levels of inflammation. Negative moods reduce social behaviors. So if you are feeling in a sad mood, if you're depressed, anxious, you actually have less desire to hang out with others. So if you are aware of that, you probably need to actually push yourself a little bit to get outside your comfort zone and hang out with other people. And then finally, socializing with others, it allows you to do other healthy activities as well. Okay, if you're not just drinking at a bar or something, a lot of the time when you hang out with people, you go outside, you go to cafes, you might do sports or activities with them, and this is kind of a 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, you're getting activity, you're hanging out with a friend, you're relaxing, you're reducing stress, inflammation. And then we have meditation. Okay, so meditation really teaches you to separate your thoughts from reality. Okay, you no longer see the world in a crappy negative way. You're just experiencing thoughts that make you think the world is crappy and negative. Okay, so you're separating, you're seeing thoughts are affecting your moods. And so this really does reduce stress when you actually meditate frequently. Reactivity and inflammation, they all decrease with a proper meditation practice. And then finally, if you are experiencing negative moods, it's just something you really don't like doing. If you've meditated enough, you actually kind of have the tools to bring yourself back to the present. You actually have the tools to bring yourself back to baseline, a more comfortable state, or at least just not get caught up in the thoughts. And so that will do for today. Send me some messages if you're feeling talkative. Let me know how you're doing. And I'll see you in the next one.